All right, let's now go to our grammar part. We'll look at the future tense. It's a little bigger. Okay. To, be, going to, and will are the same when they express predictions about the future. So, predictions is, what is a prediction? A prediction is something that happens in the future, but you don't know the result. So the prediction, a thing predicted, a forecast, the action of predicting something. That's great. We're using predict to define predict. It's a great dictionary. Let's go instead to the word reference. That's really the better source. Word reference. If you want to really know what a word means, and also to have a little bit more information, you have the prediction, U.S. prediction. It's very similar. You can listen to
Prediction.
You can listen to the
Prediction.
different accents. An example of predicting, an act of predicting. Okay, so we have to understand what is predict. Predict is to declare something in advance, to foretell. Declare or tell in advice. Say something in a before it happens. So when you are using the future in this way, both going to and will are okay. She will win because she is the best swimmer. This is the same as she is going to win because she is the best swimmer. I imagine that this person will win. Okay, so this is a future prediction. But if I say she's going to win, it's the same. We know that going to, but not will, expresses an intention. So when I make a future expression using an intention, it's different. It's not a prediction. An intention is quite different. Just to intent. An intention is something intended, an intention. So an intention is the act of deciding upon an action, of planning. So I am deciding. I'm not just imagining, I'm deciding. So it's an intention. We are going to buy a new car soon means we intend to buy a new car soon. The action of buying, of course, is in the future, but I'm expressing the fact that I intend to buy it. It's not a prediction, right? I'm not predicting to buy a car. I'm actually planning and intending to buy this car. Going to as an intention usually expresses a plan or a program. We are having a party Saturday night, so I'm going to buy some champagne. Okay, I'm going to buy. Here we see the progressive present used as future. This is a future program, and going to also is a program. Now, what's the difference? Okay, here I have Saturday night. So the program, you must tell me when exactly this verb will take place, will happen. So if I don't say Saturday night, we are having a party, if I just stop here, we're having a party, you imagine that in this moment I am attending a party, I'm having a party. So you need Saturday night to express that this is the future program. While here, my program is not declared. I'm only telling you that I have the intention to buy something. Okay, I can also say I'm going to buy some champagne Friday. That doesn't change anything, but here is expression of intention. Here is only the plan or program. Okay, going to buy is a plan made before the moment of speaking. The speaker plans to buy some champagne. We don't know when. It's not important when. Will, but not be going to, expresses a spontaneous decision made at the moment of speaking. So, very, very important, a spontaneous decision. A spontaneous decision. Again, the intention is a decision, but it's a decision with a plan. Instead, a spontaneous decision is something that I decide now to do when I'm speaking. We are having a party Saturday night. This is the program future, as I said. And B says, I'll help you prepare. Okay, B decides to help A. Sorry, that's not A. B decides to help A. I'm making the adjustments as we speak. B decides to help A the moment he hears about the party. He did not have a plan or an intention to help, right? We're having a party. This is new for B, so B says, I'll help you. Okay, now if you want, you can do exercises 1 and 2, 1, 2, and 3 of the MODAL program. If you want to have access to that, just let me know in the notes. Write me an email or write a comment, and we will try to organize something for that. Okay, we're going to look at the different let me just make this smaller because I think that this is easier to see in this way. Yes, prepositions of time. All right, let's look at. Okay, we have at as a preposition. A, B, and C. We have a class at 1 o'clock. I have an appointment at 3 o'clock. We sleep at night. So we use at for specific time on the clock. Specific time on the clock. So 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 p.m., 5 p.m., any expression of time from the clock. We sleep at night instead is the part of, it's the opposite of day, actually. It's not really a part of a day, it's the opposite. So it's a little special. At night, it's not a specific time on the clock, but it is the opposite of day. In, look at the examples, D, E, F, G, and H. My birthday is in October. I was born in 1960. We have class in the morning. Bob has class in the afternoon. I study in the evening. So we have in for a specific month, a specific month. We have in for a specific year. We have in for parts of the day, the parts of the day, morning, afternoon, evening. Okay, night is not really a part of the day. It's the opposite of the day, right? So in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, but at night. Practice that. Repeat it. On. I and J. I have a class on Monday. I was born on October 31st, 1975. Okay, so we have a specific month, a specific year, but here on we are using for a specific day or a specific date. So don't confuse this. In for the years, in for the month, in for the part of the day, but on for the days, specific days, and the specific date. Okay, now if I say morning, Monday, I use in the morning on Monday or on Monday in the morning. Okay, so you can use these together. On Monday morning, you can also say on Monday evening. So if you don't give the specific article the, and you are actually referring to the part of the day on a specific day, then on is what you use. Okay, from and to, I have a class from 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock. So from a specific time to a specific time. Okay, so you can use this for years, from 1921 to 1925. You can use these for months, for days, but you're going from a specific time to a specific time. All right, let's first look at the polite questions with could. You can use could instead of can in a more formal question. So, example, can we finish now is the same as could we finish now. It's just a little more formal, a little more polite. Can I borrow your pen? Could I borrow your pen? It's just more formal. The meaning is the same. You are asking. Okay? Using have plus the infinitive, have, has, to. So let's look at A, B, C, and D. People need to eat food. People have to eat food. Jack needs to study for his test. Jack has to study for his test. Have plus the infinitive has a special meaning. It expresses the same idea as need. I'm talking about the infinitive with to. Both A and B have basically the same meaning. People need to eat food. People have to eat food. Also, C and D have the same basic meaning. Okay, just a word about the pronunciation. We saw in the group. Okay, we have when you use have in a normal way, it's have with a v. Okay, instead, when you use have, which with to, which is the modal, look at what happens to the pronunciation. We have to check in. We have to check in. Okay, so this v is muted to a f in order to accommodate the to. We have to. It's very difficult to say v to. So keep that in mind with have to. All right, I had to study last night is the past form. You see, you only change have to had. And this is the case with all persons. I had to study, he had to study, she had to study, we had to study. Instead, in the present, you have to make the have form agree with the person. So third person singular has to study. Third person plural, people have to study. I have to study. Okay? Let's look at the question. Do you have to leave now? Again, this is have to, the pronunciation. We do, does, or did is used with questions and have to. This is the present, so do you have to leave now? I'm asking if it's necessary. Do you need to leave now? What time does Jim have to leave? Okay, Jim is third person singular, but you see we change the auxiliary. Do becomes does because third person. So we put an S and we have Jim does. Does Jim have to leave? Why did they have to leave yesterday? Okay, in the past, we don't change have, we change did. The negative form, I don't have to study tonight, okay? It maintains the same pronunciation. I don't have to, we don't have to, they don't have to, he doesn't have to, okay? So you have to change the forms according to the person in the present. Instead, in the past, the concert was free. We didn't have to buy tickets, okay? Have to, in this case, is in the past, so we're using did. We didn't have to buy tickets. Let's look at some other modal auxiliaries. You probably know most of these now. Let's look at Anita can go to class. Okay, an auxiliary is a helping verb. It comes in front of the simple form of a main verb. In this case, the main verb is go, right? The auxiliary is here. It's before the main verb. The following helping verbs are called modal auxiliaries: can, could, may, might, must, should, will, and would. Okay, would is not on this list, but it should be there. They are followed by the simple form of a verb without to. Okay, one of the most common mistakes is to say Anita can to go to class. Okay, don't make that mistake. Without to, remember, without to. Okay, so let's just listen. And Anita can go to class. Anita couldn't go to class. Okay, with the negative, I just put NT, or I can say could not. Anita may go to class. Anita might go to class. Be careful with the pronunciation here. Might. Anita must go to class. Anita should go to class. And Anita will go to class. So all of these auxiliaries, we can also say would. Anita would go to class. The form is the same. Anita is able to go to class. This is an expression we call a modal expression or a modal clause. It's expressions that are similar to modal auxiliaries. Sorry, a modal phrase, not a clause. Are be able to, be going to, and have to. Okay, so is able to is the same as can. Anita is able to go to class. That means that she can go to class. Anita is going to go to class. This is the future, intentional. She has intention to go to class. She is going to go to class. Anita has to go to class. Okay, this is the form that we saw of must. This is very similar to must. Anita must go to class. Anita has to go to class. It's necessary. She needs to go to class. All right, let's look at these again. What is the meaning of these auxiliaries? Okay, can expresses the ability. I can sing. Can you please help me? It's the ability to do something, right? I am able to do something, you see, is also ability here. Ability. So could instead is a polite question, but it's also the past of ability. I couldn't go to class yesterday means that I was not able to go to class. So I did not have the ability to do that. Could you please help me? This is in the present. This is a polite question. May is a polite question. It's also a possibility. It may rain tomorrow. It may rain. Okay, this is very similar to a prediction that we saw before, the prediction. So may is used for a polite question. May I help you? Could I help you? It's very similar. Might also is a polite question or a possibility. Might I come? This is very formal. It might rain tomorrow. That's the possibility. Okay, must is the necessity. This is very similar to have to do something. You must have a passport. It's obligatory, right? It's obligatory. So we could say also obligation, necessity or obligation for must. Should instead is advisability, something that you suggest, something that you advise. You should see a doctor. I am telling you my advice. I'm giving you my advice. So should for advisability. Will is the future happening. My sister will meet us at the airport, not die airport. A little mistake there, but no problem. Would is a polite question. Would you please open the door? Okay, it's also would is the conditional. We'll see that a little bit more in the future. To be able to is the ability. Like I said, can. Tina is going to meet it. I wasn't able to attend the meeting. So you see, I can change the be also in the past. I am able to attend the meeting now. I wasn't able to attend the meeting yesterday. B, going to, is the future happening. Tina is going to meet us at the airport. Going to be future. Have to is necessity, like must. I have to study tonight. And had to is necessity in the past.